Ladies and gentlemen, what is up and welcome to today's video. So tomorrow is a pretty huge day because Transformers Forged to Fight is having its global release. Really excited for this game. So I've actually been participating quite actively in the beta for the last 4 or so months. It was available in early December and now we're at the start of April, one day off of launch, and the game in those 4 months has just progressed so far. And with tomorrow's global launch, there's an even bigger patch coming, which includes kind of a new chapter in Act 2, which is currently the most difficult act of content, and also something called Rulers of Kaon, which is kind of a new equivalent like Realm of, if you're familiar with Marvel Contest of Champions, it's set to be like Realm of Legends difficulty, but a bit harder, because when it comes to Transformers, all the combat, because it's three-dimensional and it has kind of that additional rotational aspect to it, as well as every character having a basic ranged attack, it just becomes a lot more hectic. So I cannot wait for that at the moment, because some of the stuff in Act 2, Chapter 3 is reasonably challenging, but like it's not enough. It's not enough for the really endgame hungry players like myself who just want this ridiculous level of challenge, just this absolute Everest to conquer. So I'm very excited for that. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all of the release notes and stuff that's changing for the beta, and also fill you guys in some of the stuff that is happening with the launch and kind of estimated times, because we might be about 12 hours away from when this video launches. It might be the time where it's set for global release. There's no exact time set yet, but I think via this in-game mail and also some stuff that they've said on the forums, we can like roughly estimate like what time it might be and whenabouts it might be coming. So anyway, I think the first thing I want to cover as well is arena brackets, because this has been a little bit of a question on the YouTube channel, is do arena brackets function in a similar way to Marvel Contest of Champions, where there's like a beginner bracket, so you know if you're playing arena, you just started the game, you're competing against people that have just started the game as well, or are you as a beginner going to be thrown in with all these veteran players that have been playing quite actively for 4 months? And what Kabam might confirmed on the forum is there's going to be a separate beta bracket for players that have currently are playing now in the beta, and also new players that start from the global release. So basically, if you're thinking of starting the game before the global release now, it's probably not a very good idea, you know, because you're going to get access to a lot more rewards in arena, and the arena bracket, the beginner one, is going to have expanded rewards, because currently you can only get 1 featured champion in any arena, just because the player pool is so small at the moment that they didn't want beta players getting like access to absolutely every character in the game at a fairly decent level. So there's going to be like an expanded bracket at the beginning. So if you want to get some 4 stars, because they added like this 4-star arena in, I'd say, you know, you probably want to hit this game pretty hard when it releases. I think there's a good opportunity there to get some new of the some of the newer bots as featured 4 stars. So that might be something interesting that you want to do when the game comes to global release, but not too sure, you know, how competitive that's going to get. But yeah, that's one thing you don't need to worry about. If you're a newer player, if you want to do arena, if you want a chance of getting some of the best bots in game, again, I don't know how many are going to be on offer, but you don't need to compete with the beta players for a little while until they've you know allowed you time to kind of catch up. Yeah, so you don't need to worry about that if you're thinking of starting the game tomorrow, global release date. So let's actually talk about the release time now. So it's scheduled for April 5th, but depending on where in the world they are, that might be the 6th. They don't have an exact time when it will be live, but they're aiming for the morning on the 5th in PDT. However, that was posted like a day and a bit ago, and we just got this in-game mail now saying server maintenance at 8 PM PDT this evening, which is about 10 hours from when I'm recording this, probably about 9 hours from the video. The servers are going down for maintenance, and they're estimating that it's going to take as long as 3 hours to complete this maintenance. I think after this maintenance has been done, so it's about 6 PM UK tomorrow morning, that it should be up. I believe the game should be at its like global launch stage. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but it seems like that's what they're doing, because I imagine from like a mobile development perspective, they need to you know, get the game up to its latest version before they can ship it out across all the app stores worldwide. So I'm not too sure if that's going to be exactly true, but we're going to be covering it tomorrow on the channel. We might be playing the game live until the launch of the game officially, because one of the things that I want to do, I just want to get stuck into that end game content as quickly as possible, see how we fare in like their Realm of Legends equivalent difficulty, because we have quite a few fairly good characters. I mean, we don't have anyone we haven't upgraded using Alpha Catalyst yet, but we have a pretty good roster of like rank 3 bots, so I'm not too sure. I feel like with a little bit of skill, we might be able to conquer some of the stuff. And then what else do we have? Nothing else too interesting there, so let's go over the patch notes as well. So, new bots, Mixmaster is being added to the premium bot crystal. I don't think Mixmaster is anywhere in the game at the moment, but he seems like a really, really interesting character. So I'm excited to see what they're doing with Mixmaster. There are currently 15 different characters in the premium bot crystals. So it seems a little bit weird that they just add like a 16th one in, you know, without kind of tying it to Arena, because that's what they usually like to do in Marvel Contest of Champions. They like to tie it to Arena and also kind of do all these featured, slightly more expensive crystals and make the character a little bit more exclusive for a short amount of time. But yeah, the game is going to be starting with, I guess, 16 characters in the premium bot crystal, and then that's going to gradually go up and up and up as new characters are introduced. I believe they're going to keep to a similar schedule the Marvel Contest of Champions do, so one new character every 2 weeks, but it might be a little bit less. I'm not exactly sure, but I imagine in the run-up to the Transformers movie in the summer, they're probably going to be pumping out a lot of content for the next few months, so that should be interesting. So also, as a celebration for the launch of the game, there are going to be 6 boss challenges available for a limited time only. So a new challenge is going to be released every 3 days, but they disappear on April 24th. I'm not too sure if like they're all available, like they become available like one after another, or if they're only available for like 3 days and then it rotates onto the next one. But I think it looks like it's just gonna like gradually like unlock a new boss every 3 days, and then you have up to April 24th to clear all of them all. That makes a little bit more sense to me, because you know a lot of the players joining the game, they're going to be very, very new, so we'll need that prolonged amount of time to do this little boss challenge event. But I'm interested to see what that one is. It seems like it could be a lot of fun. And there's also that Rulers of Kian new challenge. Do I have the yes, this is Mike's quote on it. So, Kaban Mike said, it's similar to the Realm of Legends, but possibly a little bit more difficult. It's content that's going to be around for a long time, so you might not want to try it as soon as it comes out. And we, of course, we're going to try it as soon as it comes out, guys. Come on, we're going in deep here, boys. This is the way we like to play the game. And also new daily missions, so they introduced new Spark trials. These are actually amazing. They help you progress so much faster. One of the kind of pigeonholes that you used to have in beta is the tier 2 basic Sparks. You could only get them from raids. It took ages, but now you have daily missions, you have raids, and you also have your away missions where you can get them. So it's quite a bit easier to progress onto some higher ranked bots now. So that's some very good stuff there. New Alliance missions, so they're adding, there's currently only one difficulty available for the Alliance mission, and it's reasonably difficult, so they're doing a bit of an adding an additional map, which is a little bit easier there. So that's kind of a precursor to the Shattered Lands map, but Shattered Lands is really, really fun, really great map. Got 3 mini bosses and 1 boss. It's a good time. It's a very, very good time. It's very similar to Alliance Quest. So yeah. Let's also have a look. So Mission Crystal payouts have been replaced with Direct Ore. So they're just removing Mission Crystals because they are relatively pointless. I mean, you just open them and get ore anyway, so I can understand that. The third team slot is now unlocked at level 1, down from 3. Doesn't really matter too much. Daily missions are now unlocked at level 8. Doesn't really matter, like the first 10 levels you can just rocket through in kind of an evening, so they aren't terribly difficult there. Raids now unlock at level 7, doesn't really matter. Raid store is locked until 7 again. Improved early game tutorials. So that's pretty good. I don't know how much that's going to affect, but it should be good for you guys who are just starting the game. They've also reduced how easy it is to obtain tier 2 class spark essences. like previously, they were pretty easy to obtain, so I'm not too sure how that is going to affect the game too much. But it shouldn't be too bad. Like, they still seem pretty easy to obtain from what I can see. Very, very easy maps to run them, and you don't need them for, you know, like at least a few weeks of playing the game anyway. So bug fixes and optimizations, so fixed an issue that will cause shields to expire prematurely. That's a good one there. Alliance mission, link nodes visibility and sync quality improved. I have had that a couple of times, so that's quite good. I'm looking for the crashing one fixed. What is it? Fixed an issue where characters recover from a light range combo too quickly. I've actually seen this one quite a few times, so that's really, really good that they solved that one. Fixed numerous crash and connection issues. Hopefully there's this one issue that's been plaguing beta for me, and it's like where the game, it's like after about 20 minutes of playing, the game just starts to lag and then crashes, and hopefully that is the one that they fixed when they're talking about that. But also just a load of other bugs and stuff. Game balance, botability rating. Apparently they're kind of reworking that, so I'm interested to see kind of how that affects bots. I really don't think it's gonna change much too much, to be honest. Light ranged attacks, they've decreased the damage and power generated to be on par with light melee attacks. Light ranged attacks, they are maybe a little bit too powerful at the moment, so I do understand that, toning them down a little bit there. Because there are strategies where you can pretty much just fight from range the whole time, so I guess they want to kind of incentivize you and encourage you to get in melee, get a little bit dirtier there, so that's pretty good. RC added a passive chance to automatically sidestep. That's pretty good. RC's just getting a few buffs and stuff here. I don't think there's too much point in covering these character changes in a lot of detail when we've not even covered the characters yet. One thing I was a little bit sad to see was decrease the chance to stun on Windblade's special attack free. We did a bit of a highlight video on her, and one of the cool things at the moment is you can pretty much guarantee the stun with the special free, so that's not going to be guaranteed anymore. So yeah, that isn't super great. And apart from that, slight tweaks to a few characters. Optimus Prime, I think Optimus Prime is actually getting, Optimus Prime movie one, maybe it's getting a little bit buffed up there. In terms of his ability to kind of defend and his armor up buffs, they're going up a little bit, but his melee buffs and damage output has been decreased a little bit there. Optimus Prime, the not MV11 is also slightly decreased the strength of his armor buffs, which doesn't matter too much. He's already like super great for damage anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So ladies and gentlemen, the main things for tomorrow, just a lot of tweaks and changes, hopefully some really good bug fixes. But is Act 4, Act 2, Chapter 4, that is going to be really, really good. Allow a lot of players that are currently playing the beta to get 2 more 3-star champions. And I don't think there's any additional rewards for that, actually, but they might add in something tomorrow. Who knows? But I'm very, very... Rulers of KO, that is what I am excited for, ladies and gentlemen. The Realm of Legends equivalent for Transformers. Been waiting for it for so long, so really excited to play through that tomorrow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited for Transformers tomorrow? Do you have any questions? Are there any video guides you'd like to see coming up on Transformers in the next week or so? Let me know in the comments below. Apart from that, thank you for watching the video. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.